What is going on? We have an absolute banger of an episode for you today. Bobby Frisch, Sir Bob, came all the way down from Riverside to San Diego to hang out and talk to me about millennials in the workforce and the mindset it takes to be successful and a whole bunch of other great things. He came down on Super Bowl Sunday. That's America's freaking birthday. That's America's freaking favorite holiday. Am I right or am I right? So, quite the sacrifice from him. He is honestly the sweetest guy possibly I've ever met in my entire life. I'm a firm believer that there's no such thing as a neutral interaction. And I gotta tell you, my interaction with Bobby, our conversation, I was feeling rejuvenated. I was feeling energized. It was ultra positive for me. I loved it. I loved chatting with him. It brought life into my life, you know? If you enjoy podcasts such as this one, I don't know why I said that. That was weird. If you enjoy this podcast, you can support it by going to nickolasnatali.com/shop and snagging yourself some gear. I got nice comfy sweatshirts with the burb on it. I got nice stickers with the burb on it. I got nice pins, like PINS, with the burb on it. It's all good stuff. But you know what? Since you just even thought about considering helping me, how about this? I got you a deal. I'm going to give you something for free. Do you like audiobooks? I do. I love them. They're hooking up listeners with an Audible trial. 30 days for free. That's a killer deal. That's 30 days. That's a whole 1 month trial right there. I really enjoy audiobooks because I got a big fat commute to work some days, and it's like, man, I just dive into a nice little audiobook and get that knowledge I'm looking for. Enhance my life with audiobooks. So you can get your trial at audibletrial.com/the Nickolas Natali Show. I'm going to say that one more time for you because I know you want this trial. audibletrial.com/the Nickolas Natali Show. 30 days for free, baby. Hope you enjoyed this episode with Bobby Frisch. He's the man, and he's also the guest. So, all right. See you on the other side. Hello and welcome. This is the Nickolas Natali Show. I am your host, Nickolas Natali. We have the most special guest today, Bobby Frisch. Bobby.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings, brother. You beat me to it.
I had to get it out first. I've been waiting.
That's awesome. Wow. I love that. Thank you for... My seasons haven't been greeted on the show. You're the first one to greet my seasons.
Well, you let me have my first podcast experience.
Yeah, your debut.
My debut, so I had to get the season's greetings out for you for the first time.
Dang. Pouring out for everybody that hasn't had their seasons greeted yet. Right here.
I love it.
Bloop, bloop,
pouring it out.
bloop,
It's
bloop,
in.
bloop,
It's
bloop.
going up. I'm taking it down.
Yeah, here you go. You
cheers.
can, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Throw that one down the hatchet. We got a lot of topics to cover today.
Man, I'm so excited.
Good. I'm glad. So we were actually just chatting about this, and it's very funny that you bring it up. You went to a Christian school, middle school and high school.
Yes.
I want to know. Do you think it was for the better or for the worse? What's your opinion on Christian schools now and your experience then?
So I went to Christian middle school and high school combined, so 6 through 12.
Yeah.
And then I went to, of course, Cal Baptist Christian College. So I think Christian schools in general are great. I think the perception of Christian schools
is bad
amongst most people, I guess you could say. But I had a good experience. I mean, we were joking a little bit. I say I went to kind of a ghetto private Christian school. But that's because we were in sports leagues with these schools that were Newport Coast, Rancho Santa Margarita.
So you're saying they were the ghetto ones?
No, they were like the bougie, bouge schools, and we people would make fun of us when they come to our school to play us in any kind of sport or anything because everything was broken. We just had some interesting families and peoples, but it was a good experience overall, I guess you could say.
Did you choose to go to CBU then? Because I feel like you went to a Christian school and then you chose to go to a Christian school, you know?
I did. So
okay.
I followed somebody I was in a relationship with to CBU, and it didn't work out.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. But it was a great experience at CBU. I mean, I met my eventual wife
Hey,
Bex, I love you.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out, Bex. And then, so I ended up there probably for not the best reason, but it was
meant to be.
It was meant to be. Yeah, I met all my best friends, had a great experience.
You turned into like Mr. CBU, I felt.
No, fun fact.
Please hit me.
I got nominated for the homecoming or whatever it was, Mr. CBU, and I turned it down.
Oh, why?
I did because it was in line with the intramural event for Tuna Ball.
Yes.
That was my senior year, and it was the staff that I was working for. We planned the event. I was playing the game. It was my specific event to oversee, and I don't like attention. I try to stay behind the scenes, I guess you could say, a little bit, and so I decided to turn it down that year.
Dang.
Some people were upset that I would offend other people who wanted to be nominated, but
hey, your life, bro. Don't let them freaking tell you what you can't reject.
Yeah, I know, and I just didn't care what other people thought or said. So I turned it down, but CBU was a good experience. It was interesting. It was a lot of fun. Kind of miss college.
I miss college too.
I miss eating at the Caf and Chick-fil-A and going to the gym whenever I wanted, but yeah.
Chick-fil-A is not the same anymore when I go. Because when I had Chick-fil-A at CBU, I think like the nice part was it was just a meal swipe, but now I go to Chick-fil-A and it costs me dollars.
That's good money.
Yeah.
I just feel like they never have enough too. I don't know.
That's
why.
what I'm saying.
It's just never enough for me. I don't know why, but I still love it. I'd eat it right now if I could.
I would use a meal swipe and then dining dollars to get like another sandwich or like tenders, and there's no way I'm ordering 2 entrees when I go to Chick-fil-A now.
Yeah.
It's just the whole strategy has changed. The whole dynamic.
It's super funny. My wife gives me a hard time about it. Whenever we go to Chick-fil-A, I'll order the entree with the fry and the drink. Yeah. And I'll get a little something on the side.
Because it's not enough.
I'm a big guy. I'm a growing boy. I just need
Till the day you die.
Till the day I die. I'm a growing boy. I need that little something extra. So, but it's still good.
Yeah. You know, I think so. I think, man, Chick-fil-A, we're not saying we don't want you to sponsor the podcast.
But if you want to sponsor the podcast, please.
Yeah. Please inquire me at my business inquiry email address only. Something like that.
Yeah.
You played baseball. You played basketball. You played football.
That's correct.
You're an athletic dude. Gosh dang.
I also did shot put for a year.
No freaking way.
I did shot put for a year. So like I said, it was a small school. We for most of sports we only had a varsity and a JV team. The JV team was basically just the freshmen, and then following that they would get upgraded to the varsity team or cut. Yes, exactly. So
that's what coach would say.
Yeah, to make it kind of nice. You don't have to let them know. Yeah, so I was lucky. I mean, it was pretty much the same guys who played football, played basketball. The same guys who played basketball, played baseball. Yeah. So it was fun. It was a good experience. Got to do a lot of fun stuff with those guys. We traveled a lot. I'm sure if you played sports, baseball, right, in high school?
Baseball, basketball, and I did cross country
for 2.
So
you're over here talking like I'm some kind of athlete.
Well, I just did the 2. I did 2 out of your 4.
Okay.
You got 4 sports over here.
Yeah, but one was only for a season. But we did
count it.
We did 4.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of like traveling. We would go to Palm Springs for basketball. We were lucky. We went to Hawaii one year. Yeah. So it was fun.
You went to Hawaii?
We went to Hawaii.
In high school?
In high school. Our senior year. We got to go.
What is that about?
So it's like every 5 years the team gets to go.
Every 5 years? Man, it sucks for that one. Doesn't 1 year get skipped kind of then? Or?
Yeah. So if you're a freshman after that first year and then like all the way
you are screwed.
But we had a good basketball team, so we were fortunate to
Why would they do 5 years? I feel so bad for that year.
They do every 4 years.
Yeah.
So get to go at least once.
Anyway, okay, so you went to Hawaii.
Went to Hawaii, but it was cool. High school was a good experience. I don't really miss it. I miss the people. Yeah. The experiences were fun. Playing sports were fun. Yeah. I was actually ASB president.
Dang. Oh my God. Are you in charge of the reunion?
What was that?
Are you in charge of the reunion? Is that what the ASB president?
I sure hope not, because I think it's this next year.
Oh balls.
So,
yeah.
I don't think it was me.
You're the ASB president. Did you do anything cool? What did you do for your student body?
So I rapped my ASB speech because nobody ran against me. So I was like, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be overconfident.
Nice.
Go rap it.
Yeah. You wrote that yourself?
I wrote it myself.
Heck yeah.
I had some help from a few friends.
Good, yeah.
I had some rapping influence and experience.
Is this videotaped? This is online?
There's somewhere. It's somewhere. It is.
I'll track that down.
I think it's on Facebook somewhere. My friends all sat in the front row, made fun of me. It was great. Great experience.
Secured my seat in the presidency.
I don't know why I ran for that. It was kind of more. They didn't have anybody. One of my friends was like, "Oh, why didn't you do it?" And I was like, "That's okay. Sure."
No,
and I did
you
it.
wanted it.
It was a good experience. It was, and it looked good for colleges. So I was stoked that I did it. And the ASB advisor we had was fantastic. Somebody I really looked up to. So it was a lot of fun. It was good. But yeah, I'm glad high school is.
Those days are over.
Yeah.
I think I did ASB for a year or two, and I don't remember if I got kicked out or there was a conversation where it was implied that I should not come back.
Why? What'd you do?
I think I was just one of those guys that, like, you had to set up for a dance, and I would be setting up pranks for people. Like, I think we had a haunted house, and I would set up booby traps for people that walk through.
Seems legit.
Yeah, and like all the dances, I would just be like trying to just be rambunctious, you know. I don't know.
Good time.
I did. I put one of the teacher's staplers in Jell-O, and I think that probably had a little bit of play in it.
I can't believe I'm going to mention this, but I legit.
You did the same thing?
No.
Oh.
I gave. Is it assistant principal, vice principal?
Assistant to the.
Assistant to the. Thank you. No joke, my senior year gave a lap dance at our.
No, you didn't.
Our prom to our assistant to the principal. Or
oh my
principal,
gosh, bro!
And we were really close, not close
Whoa.
like that. No. But it's just like I was trying to be funny, got in trouble for that. But I mean, on another occasion with her, I got in trouble and I drew a photo of us holding hands with like a sunset, and I legit got out of trouble. So our high school was kind of but it was just same thing, stupid things, crazy things. Probably shouldn't have been ASB president. I was like the worst influence ever. But it was still fun.
I think there's a likable factor though. I think you were probably likable when you got away with some stuff.
I did.
I think that was it.
Did.
Did you? So something that happened to me was our dean was the basketball coach. There was an overlap for a little bit, and one time, my freshman year of school, I said something or I ditched class and I got caught and I got sent to the dean's office, and the dean was in there, and he was like, "Nick, what are you doing here?" So I guess the teacher never called. And I just said, "I'm just here to hang out with you. How's it going?" You know, this guy bought me an In-N-Out burger. We hung out for 2 more class periods. I went back home. I just left the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe this is like all coming out. If my mom ever hears this, she's gonna be pissed. But she knows about some of it. But I got suspended for like one day. Went to that same.
Your mom didn't know you got suspended?
She didn't know. My dad knew, but we said I got sick or something.
Wow, what a guy.
I had to stay home for a day. It was during baseball season.
Yeah.
I was supposed to pitch on Friday, and that was the day that they wanted to suspend me.
Yeah.
They ended up switching it to the following Monday because they
wanted you to play in the game.
They were baseball fans.
Oh, that's nice.
I told them I was going to pitch, so they were okay with it. They were pretty lenient. So
that's
nice.
Just
stuff. Yeah. It's just the most ridiculous.
What did you get suspended for?
I took the fall for one of my friends for cheating, and
you didn't cheat?
I did not cheat. I took the
fall.
Took the fall? I took the fall,
dude.
Because it would have been his third offense, and he would have been expelled. So I took the fall for him.
Good for you, man. Bro code.
As ASB president, I don't know how I didn't lose my job. But so I took the fall for him.
How did he get caught cheating?
He copied something. I
Blatantly?
It was like an English class or something. Yeah, he
plagiarized online.
Straight across the board, like same thing. And then
how are you gonna copy an essay?
Yeah, I forgot how I was involved somehow, but I basically told the teacher, Miss Frost. I'm sorry, Miss Frost is coming out now, about 9 years later. He did not have anything to do with it. I did it. Or no, I didn't do it. He did it. There we go. That's what I meant. So I took the fall for him, and yes, it was funny time. Yeah,
9 years too late, brother. 9 years too late.
I've been holding on to that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm glad I could get off your chest here.
Out,
yeah,
it's all coming out.
Man, I am not a big cheater. I'm not.
Yeah.
I was like really, really against cheating.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna say, but then I'm a huge cheater now. But I'm still against cheating.
The lead up to something. Yeah.
And I cheated. There was like one point where I like went on a cheating streak, and I felt so guilty about it. Quizlet was the jam.
Oh,
yeah.
That's my college degrees in Quizlet.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just straight up
Quizlet.
Just
that's
flashcards for days.
Yeah.
So me and one other person got pretty maniacal on our cheating scheme. Like we would break into the teacher's office and like steal the test and take it home and then.
Done that.
It's like, dude, that's like too much.
It's pushing it. It is. Yeah. So I had a similar situation in high school. Yeah.
I felt so guilty that like I turned myself in and I got busted for. I think I like wasn't allowed to go on a field trip or something.
Really?
But I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Change of heart right there.
Absolutely.
Yikes. Yikeroonies, bro. Yike. Yeah, oh man, I'm feeling like the guilt is coming back right now. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, jeez.
Oh, man.
Gosh.
That's funny.
Anyway, I was going to ask you, are you competitive in other areas of your life because of all those sports?
I am. So I used to, in college, we'd see each other in the gym a ton.
Yeah.
We would.
Ton,
really,
bro. You and me.
It'd probably be every day. I was big on weight training. I totally loved it. I actually don't lift anymore, so I actually switched to just playing pickup basketball. That's all I do now.
Dude, what a dream!
Yeah, so it's
oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You're like in basketball shape?
Yeah. So
You're telling me?
I haven't played a few days. I haven't played a few days just because like the craziness of everything going on. But I do play probably 5 days a week, and we have like our group at 24 Hour Fitness that plays. So it's been super rad. I didn't just start because I liked basketball. I actually stopped weight training because of like work related.
Yeah.
I would always get phone calls or texts, and I wouldn't be able to work out. So it would drive me nuts, and I ended up just like leaving. When I could have just turned my phone off. But,
it's
so
hard.
I started with this idea of like, okay, well I can play pickup basketball. I don't have to touch my phone. I don't have to look at things. And like after the game, I'm like so tired. I don't care about who called me, who texted me, what emails I got. I can go straight home and spend time with my wife and my dogs.
Heck yeah.
So, but it's been super rad. So yeah, I still get competitive. I don't like talking trash playing basketball.
But
I think the silent treatment. Yeah, I know, big but. I think the silent treatment speaks so much more. But if a younger kid tries to like talk smack to me, I hound dog about the dumbest things like oh, you should have shot that. Oh, that's weak. Come on, that's soft. You're gonna call out a foul. It's like stuff like that. So I'm still really competitive.
Yeah.
It's completely different from what it used to be.
Yeah. So. Do you find it like I've found it to be there isn't like another environment to be as competitive as those days.
Oh yeah, I mean playing in a team atmosphere. Like with your boys, I mean, you went through training, you went through summer ball, spring ball, whatever it was, whatever sport, and then like the preparation to a game and like the intensity,
the mental, bringing
the mental
it,
preparation and just the physical preparation and the bonding with those guys and like going through what you went through. Yeah, it's just like there's nothing that's ever gonna match it. And I've heard you talk about like trying to do baseball, like again after like to kind of see. Like the what if. Yeah. I mean, I tried with CPU too, like walking off for baseball. And I just realized like, I mean, I'm burnt out. Like I tried. I kind of scratched that itch to know that it's okay for me to kind of move on now. Yeah. But that competitiveness, like it's never gonna leave. Like I love going one-on-one against somebody. Oh yeah. Or just like matching up, saying, yeah, I can still do this. Oh yeah. It's something that I think I was always gonna have. I think as I get older, it's gonna kind of go from basketball to golf. Yeah. But it's just gonna like less impact sports, but yeah, I think the competitiveness, it's not the same as a team atmosphere, but I'll never lose that.
Do you think you can tap into that focus? Because you pitched, right?
I did.
And pitching is its own mental beast. Like when you're in that zone, it's bulldog, you know?
Absolutely. So I used to be a completely different pitcher than I was first baseman. I'd be very supportive, encouraging first baseman. Yeah. When I was pitching on Fridays, like our team knew like don't talk to me. I had a different mentality. Yeah. Because if I wasn't mad, I didn't pitch well. I didn't throw hard. I didn't throw the way I wanted. Yeah. But yeah, it's a mentality, and it would take a whole day of preparation to kind of get in that mindset, warming up for the game, warming up like the bullpen,
everything.
And stepping out on the mound. I mean, it's completely different than playing first base, but yeah, when I pitched, it was I pitched pissed off. Oh yeah, it was completely different, and it helped. It was really good. Mm-hmm. So.
I would my favorite thing. I was really inspired by Raleigh Fingers.
Ooh,
he had the guy with the mustache.
Yes.
I just remember I watched. It was a little documentary on him, and he was talking about how like if somebody tried to bunt, he would just bean him.
Oh yeah.
And then he would just stare at him all the way down to first, and I would just mimic that stuff, dude. Like I would hit people if they tried to bunt. I beamed 17 people that tried to bunt in a game.
I like it.
That's dumb.
I love it though.
But that is
that mentality. Yeah. Like I always love watching like on replay. literally this kind of different, but like no one right. Like if somebody ever challenged me and like walked around, it's like, dude, I'll take three swings at you and knock you out.
Yeah.
Anybody stare at me or get mad at like I threw inside, like I'm gonna hit you in the head, in the ear hole the next pitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just different mentality.
Do you take it to business?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer when it comes to work to not make a decision or to do something emotionally. And I think when I pitched, I chose to be emotionally pissed off because I would be in a mindset that would only work when I pitched.
Yeah.
If I stepped up to the plate with that same mentality of being mad, I never hit well during games when I pitched.
Yeah.
Because I was focused on pitching. That was my main responsibility. Yeah. When I played first base, I would always hit well. I would always kill the ball. The comparison, I was hitting like 600 compared to like 220. It was like ridiculous difference. So I don't take that into business because I've seen, not only from my past experience, but like family members that have brought it into the workplace where emotional decisions are made, whether it's with a client or with our own guys or with the job itself. And I don't see us being as efficient as having a level head and approaching it with how I used to, like when I was first base. Like whether to be forgiving or encouraging to our guys if they made a stupid mistake, or being able to step up and have the right mindset of, okay, I need to be focused, but I can't be emotionally pissed off every aspect of it. So
do you bring any sorts of do you think there's room for emotion in business? Because I would say with people, there's the people aspect where you have to have.
Of course, and I think being emotional is good, but I think you need to be cross-functional with the emotions that you show. I don't think you need to be. I don't think you can be one way, because I think, especially like, for example, being angry or pissed off, the mentality that I used to bring to pitching, I think you're going to drive people away, especially your employees and your clients, and it's going to hurt your business. Yeah. Now, if you're empathetic, I think there's a vast majority of time to be empathetic towards your employees or your clients. And utilize that for your own success or your company's success. But yeah, I do believe emotions is important in business. It's just finding the right emotion for the right time. And I think that has a lot to do with self-awareness and your strengths with your emotions. Because you have to be able to portray the right one at the right time. Yeah. Even if you feel
something else,
mad, sad. Like sometimes you can't show that. Like you can't show the emotions of one job to the client of a completely different job, because it's going to mess everything up. Yeah. So emotions are important, like you said, especially for your own team and your own employees. But yeah, you need to be smart with the way and what emotions you show when.
Yeah. How do you do that while still being transparent with your people?
Oh man. So we always, me and my brother talk about this a lot. It's when we say if we're mad about something, the minute we get on site and when you step onto that property, whether it's commercial or residential, I mean, it goes
back of the mind.
Back of the mind, out the door, however you want to put it. It's like that's not your concern right now. So you need to be good at, like I said, just when to show what emotion, and if you need to be self-aware of what works when. And if you're not self-aware of that, I mean, you can make a big mistake that hurts your company. Say something that loses out on a $50,000, $100,000 project. Yeah. So for me personally, it's just I try to approach each day and each situation with just a level-headed mindset. I mean, what happened 5 minutes ago doesn't affect me now, and what's going to happen 20 minutes when I meet the next client isn't going to affect my meeting now. Yeah. I mean, it's hard, definitely, but it's definitely needed, for sure.
Do you, it sounds like you treat every situation like its own unique thing. Do you do the same thing with your employees too?
Yeah, because, I mean, every employee, I'm not going to say like all our employees are perfect. They're not. Yeah. I mean, their relationships among each other, there's some differences and disagreements. So each employee needs to be approached differently. Yeah. Some employees, if they're younger, they need to be approached with a mindset of, okay, I'm going to teach you. Yeah. Like, and you're going to mess up, and that's okay. Like, so a big level of forgiveness, but also being willing to help them develop and to try and to fail. It's important. But then for our more experienced guys, some of our managers, like if they make a stupid mistake, it's we can forgive them, but it's also we can help them learn and walk through it and communicate with them. It's like, hey, you shouldn't be making this mistake. Yeah. So everyone's different, and it's finding the balance of what works best for each employee, because they're all different. Yeah. But yeah.
How are you pinpointing what motivates each employee? Because that's what I've been trying to figure out within my core team. Is I think each one of them is motivated by something different, and I'm trying to figure out what motivates each of them.
So a big thing, I think a big misconception that a lot of companies have, and I'm not saying this because like for you, but from our experience of talking with other companies and working what what we've worked through the last 3 years is a lot of people believe the most important thing to an employee is money. They're going to respond most to money. But the big thing you need to realize is if they're an employee, they could go anywhere and get money. Employers are the one that are going to respond to money. So if you take money out of the equation, you need to see what drives these people. You want to see their loyalties, where they see themselves in 5 to 10 years, whether it's owning their own business or still working for this company. It's finding what drives them in sense of what are their passions. Do they like to be, for like in our industry, on a machine? Do they like working with their hands? Do they like demolition or installation? And it's really tapping into that by asking them, seeing where they're at each and every week, each and every day. A big conversation we have with our guys when they first start to when they're going to the manager position is okay, 3 years from now, like, what do you hope to learn and what do you hope to be going into? And some of the guys want to know how to run a machine, how to fix an irrigation line, install a drain. But there's other guys saying, I want to know how to run a business. Like, and one of our guys, we're prepping him to run his own business.
That's dope.
So it's super cool. We've had, over the last 7 years, we've had 3 guys start their own business.
Wow, that's awesome.
One of them is now a competitor, which is totally fine. But it's you don't want to limit someone, because if you are always worried that they're going to become a competitor, you're not going to train them
to be the best employee or best whatever.
Because you're only hurting your own company. So we try to stay on a level of communication with our guys, so we know where they're at, whether there's something that's bothering them, or there's something that encourages them more to do their job better, or where they want to be 5-10 years from now. Because we not only want to be successful as a company, but we want them to be successful, because if they're successful, we are more successful.
For sure.
I think just having conversation with them and seeing where they're at and where they're going and what's going on in their life, it's been a huge win in our book.
What's that look like? Is it a phone call? Is it, because I imagine your field isn't meeting oriented, you know?
So we all start in our equipment yard. So we don't have our guys drive to job sites every day. They meet in our equipment yard every morning at 6 a.m.
And they drive together?
They drive together.
Oh, team.
So we have teams split up into different utility trucks, dump trucks, small trucks, like whatever you want to talk about. Like we split it up in a way so they're investing, like those managers are investing in the same employees, the same operator, and the same laborer every single day. They get to know them. They get to spend life with them. I mean, half their life is going to be at work. So they're going to spend a lot of time with these guys. So we want them to know each other on more than just a surface level. We want them to trust each other, not only working, but if they're running heavy equipment.
I was going to say, especially safety.
Safety-wise too. They want to know that they have each other's back. We check in with our managers a lot, and we check in with how our guys are doing. But we leave that to our managers to check in to the guys under them, because we want those guys to know that they can go to their managers. We don't want them just coming straight to us. But we still build a good relationship with them. We want to know about them and their family and what's going on at home. And we really pour into our managers to let them pour down into the others.
Have you found any conflict with getting deeper into those relationships?
Yes, I think running a business, I mean, especially in our industry, there's a common reoccurrence of trust. Finding amongst, we've set in a lot of protocols with to make sure people don't steal. I mean, not just the group of guys that we have, but in the past. So there's a lot of difficulty with building relationship, because there's a common perception that that's always going to be the norm. We're trying to break the norm and have a strong relationship with our employees, but still maintaining to say, hey, we work together, we want to take this relationship to a different level so we're all more successful, but it's still that employer to employee relationship. We don't want to cross that boundary, and it's a fine line at times, but we try to make sure that we give our guys the chance to know that we're not going to just have a closed door. We're going to have the open door aspect where they can come to us if they need something, and make sure that their needs are fulfilled.
How deep is it allowed to go? Because
deep?
Yeah, because you could talk about family, you could talk about all that stuff, but I'm thinking of a situation where it's like, off the top of my head, something along the lines of you get to know their family, XYZ, family issues now, and now those family issues are becoming the business's issues also, and you know what I mean? The personal issues getting brought into. Because that's just people, you know, people have.
People aren't perfect.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if this will answer your question, but we've had an employee in the past call us. I mean, he had trouble. He's had legal issues. I mean, he called us. He was He was drunk. He needed a ride. He was in East LA. We went and picked him up, and it was 11 o'clock at night.
What a guy.
So I mean, if it's stuff like that, I mean, like we know it's hard to leave concerns and conflicts from home in the back of your mind and come to work every single day and worry about other issues, especially if they're a manager. Tons of things to think about and to worry about. Like, we understand that, and like, we're not going to hold someone to this perfect standard that's going to set them up to fail. We do the same thing on different levels. Even in overseeing the company and the employees. So there's a fine line of being gracious and forgiving, because mistakes are going to be made. But it's also it's tough. It's a tough conversation to have and explain, because every situation is different, because every employee is different. Somebody's concern at home and bringing that into the workplace can look drastically different compared to something that's way more severe. So I think it's approaching it with the mindset, first and foremost, like the company's sake. What's most important for the company? Because I could have the best relationship with an employee, and I can love them and forgive them, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't work for where our company is planning on going, I mean, it's best for all involved to take a step back and say, hey, like, this isn't working. And that's I'm okay with that. Like, it sucks, because I've gotten to know this person and learn about their family and meet their family and walk through X, Y, and Z, whatever issues that they might have brought to work from home. But at the end of the day, it's like it's what's most important for the business. And it sounds ruthless, but it's also what's best for them. Like, I don't want to keep them in a situation that's going to keep causing more problems, or allows for those problems to amplify. So if it means having them find somewhere else to work and helping them find somewhere to work, like, by all means, like, that's what needs to be done.
How do you transition them out into something like that?
It's been about 3.5 years where we had to do that. So we had two employees, my brother and my dad. This right, like, the first week I started, we fired both employees that were working with us. We had issues.
Started from scratch?
Started from scratch. It was my dad, my brother, and myself. We called other companies, and we took literally an entire Saturday, called people to see if they needed extra labor and extra Class A driver for a dump truck. We told them they were let go for these reasons, but they're great employees because of an even longer list. And it took about a few days for us to find somewhere. We found jobs for both these guys.
That's awesome. That's a great way to do it.
And it sucked having those conversations. I mean, they were our only two employees, so in their mind, they're thinking, what are these guys going to do without me? But like, their whole mentality shifted, and we had one of them actually called us a few months back saying, like, thank you. Like, he moved us to Bakersfield. We literally researched 15 different companies that did what we did in the Bakersfield area. Called them and asked around, like, do you have an opening? Do you need an employee like this? This is what we went through, but this is their potential. And we ended up finding good jobs for both these guys. And one of the guys is still with the company that we found, and it's almost 4 years later. However long ago. But I mean, like I said, it's a weird dynamic. Conflict is not normal. It's a normal thing that people create, but it's not normal to people. So when it happens,
and handling it.
Handling it is for sure weird. So trying to find a solution to it, I mean, it's unique. It always is, depending on the person and the place.
Did you always foresee yourself being, because this is a family-run business, did you always foresee yourself hopping into this?
No, not at all. I went through a variety of different things that I wanted to do, but when it came back to it, the two biggest things that I saw myself doing was some sort of problem solving. I love looking at an issue and trying to find a solution, and I wanted to lead people. That was the biggest thing. I think above all else is I wanted to change the norm of what it means to not even put a title on it, but like be a CEO or an owner. I wanted to be somebody who inspired people, regardless of their age, regardless of their experience, and help them learn how to do something incredible. Problem solving. So I went through a phase of working in city government, contract working for them. I mean, I volunteered as a firefighter at one point and worked at an EMT. And so I just was trying to find something that I could do to help people to problem solve all that all in one. And when the opportunity came with my family's business, it was something that I saw a lot of potential in terms of the business, professional, and of course, like, money making, but also the aspect of being able to grow the team and invest in people, the whole aspect of internal development and developing their skills and helping them become better. So it was kind of this thing that just kind of adapted over time, and it became something really cool.
Why is investing in people so important to you?
Because I've been very fortunate with having that in all the jobs that I've had in my career. Whether it was a GA at Cal Baptist, or working for the city of Hemet, or even my time working on an ambulance. I always had people that were willing to go above and beyond for somebody who had zero experience, zero idea of what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And they really took a bullet for me in many situations to show me how to do the job effectively. And I can think of one person in particular in city government. She wasn't a city manager. She wasn't assistant city manager. She was an admin assistant.
Yeah.
Somebody you wouldn't expect. And she showed me what it meant to show empathy towards other people and to give them a chance. And it's okay to fail, but to fail forward and learn from it. And she really invested in me and my development and my skills. It showed me that in the business place, a lot of companies fail at that.
Yeah.
Especially in our industry.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think that millennials in general don't want to do a blue collar service because they're unable and unwilling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to think the same thing, but then after having that job in city government and now working in this industry, it's like you'd be amazed. I mean, 12 of our 15 employees are under the age of 24.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing what they're doing is incredible.
Yeah.
Revamping entire backyards and installing these complex drainage systems, and it's mind blowing. And this idea that people have that millennials are unable and unwilling is ludicrous. It's companies are unable and unwilling to train and develop these people to do more and to be excited about specific industries. And I feel like certain industries like the tech industry.
Yep.
Everyone our age wants to be in tech. They want to be in finance. They want to make a lot of money.
They want to make a lot of money.
I do too. I mean, all of us do.
Yeah.
But that's why we're in business. But it's like a lot of them fail to realize the opportunity there is in industries like this that are lacking people our age.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be endless opportunity. And in my mind, I'm like, I want to teach our guys about that.
Yeah.
Like we have 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. We have a 20-year-old manager leading two other 23-year-olds.
That's awesome.
It's absurd. And to see their excitement and to see it click and what is happening and how to build something or how to demo something, like it's incredible. They're lifelong skills that they're going to take to maybe other jobs, maybe their own careers, their own companies, and I completely forgot what the question is. But
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
so I went on a rampant.
I love that. That was amazing.
I get excited about it. And that's been a big thing recently with me is the whole millennial thing, and is it Gen X? What's next? Gen X, Gen Z, something
along those lines.
It's just I've been a big advocate for younger employees in our industry because a lot of companies are on the tail end of having employees that are 40, 45, 50 years old. In a few years, they're going to be hurting. Yeah. And we're starting to flip this industry upside on its head with these young guys. Mm-hmm. And it gets me excited. It gets me super excited about it. Like, we want to go to a high school job fair and talk to high schoolers. Yeah. And say, hey, you don't have to go to college. You can come talk to this 20-year-old of ours who's been working for us for 3 years. I mean, he's making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year doing stuff that would excite a lot of people.
Smashing stuff.
That
just sounds awesome.
And running equipment and get your own work truck, and it's just it's stuff that a lot of people don't realize. It's a big industry and it's a fun industry. You can learn a lot from and make a very good living from, even just being an employee. Yeah. I've been very, very excited about that.
That's sphere.
Yeah, that sphere.
A lot of companies don't want to invest in the future generations, and it's baffling me. I really don't know why not. Yeah. Like, even in my sphere, I started an internship program with CBU to bring people on board at my current position, and they got shut down after a year.
Really?
But we brought on 30 or 45 people, but it's like, you're going to have to train them for 1 or 2 years, but you're going to have longevity in somebody that's going to be an expert for the next 20, 30, 40 years, you know? It's and the other interesting thing to me is, I don't think there's a lot of mentorship in, at least from I could see in, what you're saying about having a personal relationship with your employees and stuff like that. Yeah. There's not mentorship on the life side of things either. Exactly. So it's young people now aren't getting trained up in their jobs, and they're also not getting trained up in how to take on life.
Yeah, absolutely. To navigate problems or in just everyday life, not even in the workforce. It's a whole different beast in itself. Yeah.
So you're opening doors for people to have some sort of mentorship, and I think that's incredible that one of your employees trusted you guys enough to call. I mean, it sucks that they're drunk, but you still you had to come pick them up. That says a lot about the relationship and the space that you're creating. Yeah. And you can't beat that, you know?
Yeah, I just think I would never call.
No way.
Can you imagine the conversation? If I worked at CBU, of course, no.
Oh.
I'm gonna say city government.
Yeah.
Even city government. If I called in to like my boss at the city, and like she's fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best bosses I've ever had.
Yeah.
But even if I called her, I would be mortified
Yeah.
about what her response would be.
Yeah.
She would probably come pick me up because that's the kind of person she is, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where I learned a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff. But it's just like I don't think I would have the trust
Yep.
to be able to do that. And so yeah, it was a really cool learning experience for all of us, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And like we don't really talk about it a whole lot with him, but it's just like I don't think a lot needs to be said.
Yeah.
And I think that spoke a magnitude for the situation itself.
Yeah, picking him up was already.
Yeah, but I mean, even on his end to call, I mean, like
mm-hmm.
that was a huge point for us. We're like, okay, like he's a lifer. Like,
Yeah,
it's just, it's like one of those clicking moments. Like, okay,
this trust is real. Yeah,
no, for real, it is. So and he's one of our managers. He's stepping into a GM role, and it's going to be really cool to see and watch him continue to develop and grow.
That is pretty sweet, man. I'm just trying to taking it all in. Yeah, I just love that so much. I really, I really like that you're pro millennial. I think it's so cool that because I see the things that you're saying, and it's like, it's so true. Like, why aren't young people getting a shot at any of this stuff?
Well, it's funny. There's like a meme that goes around about like a job opening. It's like, oh yeah, like you need a bachelor's degree, master's degree, 5 years experience, and starting pay is $12 an hour.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
It's like for real though. Like that's legit. That's not even a joke in some areas. And in our industry specific, I don't know about other industries, but like people always talk about this labor shortage. Like oh, there's not enough people. It's like, okay, well, yeah, that's because everyone's either retiring or, not trying to sound weird, but dying. Like you need to hire new people. Yeah. So it's just we wanted to flip that upside down. Like it's just we used to hire people and just like we pay them, just as an example, like $25 an hour. Yeah. To come in and try and solve our problems. Yeah. Somebody externally to replace somebody who left internally and to solve our internal issues that they had no idea about. Yeah. They would be on for 2-3 weeks. We'd get upset and we'd fire them before the end of the probation. We'd not only lose the amount of money we spent on them, but the time it would be to find someone new, and they wouldn't do the job efficiently. Like, okay, well, instead of paying someone $25 an hour, as an example, let's start them at 17 as an entry-level position. Yep. Train them for 6 months. They'll become an operator trainee. Yep. They get a pay increase. 6 months later, they become an operator at $20 an hour, $5 less an hour, and they know everything about the job, that what we do, and we don't have to micromanage them. We don't have to teach them. We don't have to worry about them. Mm-mm. We can give them this responsibility, and now they are 3 times more efficient. Yep. Half the age. Yeah. And these guys are making $5 less an hour, but it's a huge pay for them. Yeah. Because nobody's giving these guys a chance. Like we had one kid, he came from Pizza Hut, he was making $13 an hour. He's now making $21 an hour as a 20-year-old.
It's pretty dang good.
He works uncapped hours, uncapped OT, and this kid is absolutely killing it. He's going to be, by far, we always say this, he's going to be one of our competitors one day because it makes sense to him. He understands buying into the vision of this and training the person below you to help them make your job better. I think people are afraid that if I train someone else,
they're going to steal my job.
They're going to take my job. Yeah. And that's a very old mindset of thinking. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's stupid. Yeah, it really is. It's like the more you train somebody to assist you, you all become better and you look better. Yeah. As the supervisor, as the trainer, the mentor, whatever it is. Yeah. It's just we've saved thousands of dollars doing this. We've become more efficient. We're giving these young kids a chance at something other than college to make a living, and it's working. It's the craziest thing, and people laugh at us when we say we have 12 guys under the age of 24. Yeah. But it's working. It's working. It's not working. So why would we do something different? And it comes back to the internal development of millennials, or if they're older. If they're older and they come to us and they're looking for a chance, and we have the right opportunity, of course, let's train them, give them a chance. Yeah. But external replacement isn't the answer, and I think a lot of companies are looking for outward experience, outward education, outward whatever to come in and solve their internal problems. Yeah. When their problems could be solved by somebody who's working underneath that open position. Yeah. Who's making less money and they know a lot about that job. Yep. They just need the chance. And a lot of companies aren't giving them the chance. Yeah. For security or safety or whatever, like they're scared. They're scared of it. The craziest stuff. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And it's going to hurt them in the long run. And I think a lot of kids, a lot of recent college graduates could do some incredible things if given the opportunity.
Oh, for sure.
And I just think companies are afraid to give them those opportunities.
It's wild. I feel like some of the stuff that I saw in college people doing, I was like blown away
Absolutely.
by. And then like they go into an entry level position where like all of their talent is snuffed.
Yeah,
like
they're put in this box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It really is. Like some of the most creative, intelligent, hardworking people I've ever seen, like were from CBU, and then I hear stories of them like going to their first job. And it's like they're stuck to a desk all day doing one minuscule task over and over and over.
Yep.
And these companies have no idea their capabilities or skill sets and what they could achieve and how they could amplify. That's why I'm so grateful for being put in the city of Hemet, like when I was.
Yeah.
Like a city that a lot of people make fun of, as they should,
yeah.
for certain reasons. But like the boss I had literally said, hey, like I want you to do this, so like find a way to do it.
Yeah.
I want you to like
freedom.
The freedom to do it. It's just like it's unbelievable, and I think it scares a lot of business owners and a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Because like what if we lose money? It's like, well, what if you make a lot of money?
Yeah.
It's like,
seriously.
it's always this what if. It's like, okay, well, let's.
What if the other way?
What if the other way? So I don't know. I get excited about it and I ramble about it, but it's just like it's something I become passionate about because it works, and I want people to understand that. But it's just. In our industry specifically, it's a very older-owned industry. They don't want to believe it.
Yeah, I think I've read a lot of things about like people making like the $60,000 mistake or something in a company, and like the companies that keep that person on after those people are like way more loyal. Like the lesson they learn caused them to make $500,000 the next thing or whatever. But
absolutely,
I believe it. In my experience, when I first came on board, I had like this very interesting experience of like one person really believed in my capability, but then I was put on a team where everybody was like, I'm not trying to be ageist or anything, but like everybody was mid-40s and just like did not believe that I was capable of anything purely because of my age. And I found that I was like, that is absurd. Like losing so much potential.
The whole unable and unwilling mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say it. The boomer generation. I mean, some of our greatest like business owners that we work with, same mindset. I mean, they're great at what they do. They're great in the field. They're great at running a business. But it's that same mindset of millennials or a younger generation are unable and unwilling.
Yeah.
That's the preconceived idea.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's wrong.
And if someone doesn't believe me, I'd be more than happy to show them a job site.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing somebody do what we do, it's known for older people. Yeah. So it's just there's plenty of examples out there in other companies and other industries. It's just now starting to gain movement. I think on a minuscule level, and I really believe in the next 5 to 10 years that people are going to start understanding the importance and the skill sets of people. And I just hope it's not too late for some people. I hope they don't get like their goals and their dreams diminished by the situation, the setting that they're in.
Jaded.
Yeah, just because it's like they have so much potential, but it's like I hope somebody doesn't ruin it for them. Yeah. Because a lot of people have a lot of potential to do incredible things. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's because you don't quit jobs for anything other than usually a bad boss. Yep. That's the main reason. Yep. So I hope somebody doesn't quit a job just because the boss is limiting their skill sets. Yeah. So
that's the biggest thing that I've seen. Like I'll say, the interns that we brought on board probably created some of the best work that I think our organization has seen in a long time. Yeah. But the other thing that I learned, and we've already touched on it a little bit, is like micromanagement is so bad in the sense of like whenever somebody is micromanaging, you're constricting the whole team to the manager's abilities. Like the manager's ideas, the manager's problem solving, their creativity. That's as far as the whole team can go. Yeah. And letting go and letting young people work at it and fail a few times and then work things out. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've never seen such great results from just letting people do it.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. It's helping them realize it's like we're building the bridge as we walk on it. Yeah. It's like they're gonna fail.
Oh, for sure.
Like every single time we get an operator trainee in a new piece of equipment, the first day, the first thing we tell them is you are going to break something on this machine. Oh, yeah. We know that. You're going to flip this machine. Yeah. You're going to do something stupid that's going to probably break something else. Yeah. And that is okay. Yeah. Like we don't want them second guessing their capabilities or their safety or their operating skills
just to avoid a mistake.
And I think so many people, I think that's a big thing too, is some of the interns or whoever they might be, they might be kind of, they might be upset, or they like, I might do something wrong. It's like, go out and freaking make a mistake. Like, I'd rather have you ask for forgiveness than for permission on every single thing. Like, I want you to be creative and try something new. If you can find a better way to do this,
thank
for
goodness,
less money, like, I'll give you a freaking raise for all I care. Like, like, I will not be mad. So, and it's unfortunate because I think a lot of people are confined to, like you said, what the manager's capabilities are, their creativity, their desire, and only their goals. And I think a lot of times older managers they're burned out in their jobs. If they haven't been promoted to something new and fresh or been exposed to something that's different, it's always going to be that same measurable goals. That's it. They're not going to know anything other than what's measurable in their own mind at that time. So it affects everybody. It affects the whole company. And
it's perspective of what you're focused on, and it's if you're focused on failures, odds are they're gonna fail. And absolutely. If you're focusing on growth and impact and creativity and all the ways you could, it's way more fun, and it's just
and you will find something in there. Even if you focus on the creativity and trying to succeed and growth and goals, you can do something 100 times. You might fail 95 times, but 5 times you will find something that leads to a successful strategy or successful plan or whatever it is. Like, something good will come from it because you will learn from that aspect on what you can and can't do. And it's going to make you better and be able to learn from it. So, you hit it on the head. I'm freaking, seriously. Just end it there. That's it. No, but it's just,
I'm curious what you've learned from managing people older than you.
It's weird. It really is.
I should say leading people older than you. I shouldn't say managing.
No, there's
Totus nostos both.
There's managing. I mean, there is a lot of, in our industry, there's direction to be given because there's a lot of intangible aspects to our job. I mean, there's a lot of site preparation, estimates. There's a lot of things that our employees don't see. So, like, there is a level of management, but it's not micromanaging. Of course. It's weird leading a company with 3 guys. So 3 of our 15 are older than me. Every other employee's younger, and it's weird. It's weird when if they say sir. I mean, something that came up. I told you just the other day, and I told them don't say that. It's just like
hey, don't say that. Hey, none of that.
I didn't say it in like a mean way. It's just like it's odd, and I want to take that out of the equation. I want them to be able to trust me in my decision making. But same with, like, vice versa. Like, even though, like, I am their employer, their boss in a sense, or not a sense, but am. It's like I want them to be able to trust my judgment on something, but I want to be able to lead them well in terms of not only the daily tasks but the long-term goals, because they're not going to see the long-term goals. But it's understanding what inspires them and what allows them to be passionate about the job and tying into specifically those 3 specifically. And thankfully those 3 are our managers. So I've been able to build a different relationship with them because they've been with us longer. So I've got to know them on more of a personal level, know more about their family, check in with them on the weekends and stuff like that. So it's become more of a friendship with that still professional relationship. Because we know they're going to be a long-term employee.
It's got to be that way.
It has, and like the line has to be drawn somewhere, of course, because like we are providing direction, we are leading the company, and that's more important than them on an individual level. But it's like we still want to make sure that they're being developed into, regardless of how old they are. Like, we still need to challenge them. We still need to bring something to the table that makes them better, because if we don't find ways to do that for them,
they're going to bounce out.
And we're not doing our job and our mission of internally developing. Even though they're older than me and my brother, like, they're still our employees. They're still our responsibility to make sure that they're inspired and passionate about what they do every single day. So it's a fine line of figuring out what that is to inspire them and keep pushing them towards what drives them.
Definitely. I'm trying to think of a good example, but actually, when I was an RA at CPU,
I love it.
I was younger than all of my residents. That's so weird. Yeah. It was weird. I had a guy that was he was 35. Yeah. I was 20.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to lead him. And but what I found from that experience was like everybody kind of needs something.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody's still a person, and like leadership comes in all different forms.
Of course.
I really don't think it gets boiled down to an age. I think some people want to be led, and some people need to be led.
Yeah.
So I don't think it really.
Some people need direction, and other people just they need a reminder of how to be inspired.
Yeah.
And I think far too often that the first is categorized with the younger generation, the second inspiring them is categorized with an older generation. But it's not. Yeah. People are different, like you said. So it's finding out who responds to what and making sure that you respond to them in the correct way.
I agree. Yeah. I want to ask you about who's Michael Woodhead and what does he mean to you?
Oh man, so Mike is one of my best friends. He is he's probably the one person that's my age that I look up to more than anybody else. So
Why do you look up to him?
He just got hired by Huntington Beach Fire Department. So
nice.
Congrats, Mike. But yeah, I've never seen anybody work through obstacles, hardships, difficulties with the grace that he has.
Wow.
I mean, he lost his mom, cancer, and still to be able to work through that, show up to work, interview for jobs, land a dream job in his home city, and to continuously pursue his dream after 4 years of nonstop pushback, difficulties, obstacles in the hiring process to get that job. I mean, that speaks magnitude to who he is. And same with college. I mean, I've never seen anybody overcome the level of stress and workload and anything else that was thrown his way. I mean, he's persistent in everything he does. And he's one of those guys you're like, he's good at everything. It pisses you off.
Yeah.
And it's just,
this guy's got all the skills.
No, seriously, he has all the skills in it, but it's, I mean, I've never met anybody with as much determination as Mike. And he makes me a better man because he always holds me accountable to who I am. And I mean, even the other day, I sat down with him and got to talk to him a little bit. We grabbed lunch and just his encouragement of like how I can make our company better. And not just in like operation wise, but like for people, our people, and what we can do better for them. And it's just, that's just how he is. He's always thinking about what's best for you and other people.
That's awesome.
And I think he got that from his parents, because his parents were two of the most loving individuals, caring always about other people's needs. His brother and sister are the same way, and you can see it was passed down to him. So yeah, Mike is he's a good dude.
Dope.
Really good dude.
I feel like I am super interested in like who's inspired who, like who's been a big influence in other people's lives, and it just seemed like Michael had a huge
absolutely. We've been through a lot of crap together, like a lot of difficult times, and I had, like, one thing happened in our life a few years back, and I mean, Mike just called me up, it's like, hey, I got a case of beer, I got my surfboard, and we're going camping. So we literally went camping, went surfing, had way too much beer, started mom, and then it was like situations like that. I mean, whenever something, like whether it was the highest of high or the lowest of low,
he's there.
Like, he's the guy who's there. I mean, in college when we graduated, like I got to do the commencement speech. I was freaking out. He looked at me. He's like, "Hey, if you screw up, it's just however many 7,000 people here." Yeah. Thanks, Mike. First person. Yeah. He's the first person always there saying, "You killed it. You did great.
Yeah.
You did this awesome. Couldn't have been better." And like lowest of low, he's the first person. He shows up at my door without even knowing. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a very, very good. And he's probably the most influential person in my life.
Love it.
Yeah.
You've been married for almost 3 years.
Yes.
You are not the first person to be married on the show, but really? I do think you are the youngest person to be married on the show.
Really? Yeah.
What have you taken away from these last 3 years? Actually, I should say this. Has anything changed from your dating life to being married?
So like before marriage to now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my wife, Becca, she's fantastic. Absolutely. She's taught me so much, and we've had a fantastic 3 years. A lot that we worked through, just difficulties, family members passing away, stuff like that. So she's by far the most strongest person I know with everything that she's worked through and we've gone through together. Pre-married life to married life is significantly different.
Really?
But it's great. I mean, I went from always living with guy roommates or living by myself only having to care about myself to constantly worrying about my wife in like a great way, not like just constantly worrying, but just like she's I love her more than anybody else. She's my best friend.
Yeah.
So she's somebody that I want to make sure is always happy, always okay. But yeah, pre-married life, I mean, it was pretty simple. I didn't have any real responsibilities or anything to care about rather than just staying alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like now with thinking about a future family and where we're going to end up, and like I want to make sure that everything I do puts not only her but us in the best situation in our future family. So, but yeah, marriage is fun, man. It teaches you a lot. You grow up quick. Is my opinion. It's not easy living with a woman.
Yeah.
It's different. It is.
Well, you got to pick up your dirty underwear.
I know. I can't just leave my socks anywhere and everywhere. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It's
10 out of 10 would recommend.
10 out of 10 recommend. But yeah, no, she's great, man. She makes me a better person, and she calls me on my crap, and it's good. It's funny because she just the other day asked me, he's like, well, when do you want me to become part of like the company and get involved? And I told her never.
Oh shoot.
I told her never.
Oh yeah.
But it sounds weird. Like we're family-owned business and like second generation now, but I when I come home, like I want it to be about her, me, and our dogs. Like, we don't have any kids right now, so it's just us. Like I don't want to have to.
As soon as business.
I don't want to have to think about business, and that's what I love about our relationship. Is we really are best friends. Like we do everything together.
Yeah.
We talk about everything together. Like there's no secrets about anything, and I want to keep it just on that level. I don't want it to come home and have to worry about a client who didn't pay or having to pay payroll or anything like that. Like I want to just focus on us, and it's been a super fun ride with that. These 3 years we've done a ton of traveling, a ton of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been really really cool. So,
did getting a dog change the dynamic?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so our first dog has had 5 emergency room visits.
Balls.
So
wow. Why to choose that one, man?
Exactly. So I love him. He's I hate to say this, he's my favorite dog of the 2.
Oh dang.
But we've been through a lot of crap with him. Yeah, he's had a lot of emergency room visits. He's become very expensive.
Why? What is wrong with this dog?
Story time. So
here we go.
So his one of his first days, he swallowed a grocery bag that we didn't know.
He swallowed an entire grocery bag.
Sorry. It's like the poop bags. The plastic bags.
Oh,
we thought we got it all the way out. But a few days later, when I, no joke, was coming home from work, came through the door, and he was choking the minute I walked through the door. Did the Heimlich on him. He threw it up, swallowed some back. He got aspiration pneumonia. Took him in for that. Second time, he ate my wife's underwear. Third time, literally the first day we could take him out in public, we took him to a barbecue. He ate someone's entire blunt.
Oh my gosh.
Entire blunt.
Oh my gosh.
That wasn't good. And then it's just stupid stuff. He ate like a furniture staple.
Wait, hold on. How was your dog on the blunt?
He was hallucinating. Yeah. He was like
wow.
peeing everywhere. Yeah. It was scary, but it was also like
a little bit of comedy.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. So it was funny. It was. I'm not gonna lie. But it was. Yeah, he's been a very expensive dog, but life with dogs is it's fun, man. It's hard. A lot of people don't realize that they think it's easy.
That's what I think. This thing is hard.
It is. And I wouldn't recommend. We got our dog in an apartment when we first got him. It's miserable. Don't ever do that.
No.
Having to take him out constantly. We didn't have a backyard area, so I would recommend if you're in a house, renting in a house, own a house, get a dog. Otherwise, don't get a dog.
Don't get a dog.
Don't get a dog.
It's not time.
And then our second dog we found in a box at the dog park.
So random.
Super random. Love him.
A box?
A cardboard box.
Just him.
Just him. That's it. He was in there with some food and some toys, and my wife picked him up, and I knew we were bringing him home.
Great.
So,
yeah.
But they're best buds. It's Augie and Blue, and it's fun. They're cool. We take them up to the mountains all the time. They're great, man.
Big dog guy.
Big dog guy.
Big dog guy.
Love it. So any chance I see a dog park, I like to stop and just check it out.
Yeah, see what's going on.
Yeah, it's fun.
I feel it. I'm gonna hit you with the lightning round.
Cool. Let's do it.
Super Bowl Sunday. Who you got?
Chiefs.
Taco Bell or Del Taco?
Del Taco.
Grass or sand?
Ooh. Just because we do a lot of work with sand, I'm going to say grass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains, 100%.
First child, boy or girl?
Oh, I'm going to say girl.
What are you going to name it?
We don't have a girl name, but we do have a boy name.
No, what what's the boy name?
Jericho James, JJ.
That's a very powerful name.
So nobody take that name. I'll be very upset.
Yeah, don't you dare.
Yeah.
Favorite president?
Ooh. Am I getting in trouble if I say Trump?
No.
I'm going to say Trump because business-wise, we have seen a lot of benefit in the last few years, just on a corporation level. I would say I'd leave it at that.
Dope. I had it and I lost it. Oh, balls. What? Oh, favorite midnight snack?
Ooh, PB&J.
Ooh, all in the middle of the night?
Middle of the night, I'm a big PB&J guy. I have to down a crap ton of water after that because you know that taste. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it always puts me back to sleep though.
Oh, nice.
PB&J.
Do you put peanut butter on both sides?
Peanut butter one side, jelly the other side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I go both sides
really?
peanut butter and both sides jelly, and then I.
Now here's a question: do you take the knife to the peanut butter first, and then the same knife in the jelly?
Oh no way, not a chance.
Okay.
I'm not mixing that. Are you mixing that?
No.
You are mixing that. What a guy. Okay, let's say this. You gotta take your wife.
Okay.
Let's say this. Your wife gets hit in the head. She loses all of her memory. Okay. But for some reason, Christmas past story guy comes and says, you got to take your wife on one date. Okay. And if she says yes to the date, I'll restore her memory and you can be married again. What are you doing on that date? And where are you going?
We're both big mountain people. We go to Mammoth a lot to ski and snowboard.
She doesn't remember that. Is that going to be good, though?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man.
Like, you have to woo her.
Yeah. I would still say taking her to the mountains.
Okay.
Taking her to the mountains, either in the summer on the lake or in the winter on the mountain. I mean, we're both, like I said, we're both huge up there. We love it. And that place has a special place in our heart. Mm-hmm. So I think we'd start with skiing and snowboarding and then finish with... See, we're so basic. That sounds so boring. It's just
that sounds really fun to me.
But then there's a brewery up there we always go to, and then just grab some food and chill.
Brewing you.
Yeah. So we're super boring. It's just people always laugh at us like what's one thing you would do? It's like I'll probably chill at home,
hang
or
out,
go do something super mellow.
I don't know. That sounds nice to me.
Yeah, I think something to do with Mammoth probably for sure.
All right, and this is the final question of the podcast.
Oh my
Are you ready for it?
All right, let's hear it.
I'm calling it the deathbed question.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Let's say you're on your deathbed. Just imagine yourself there. You got your ventilator in your nose. Oh, yeah. You got that gown that shows your butt cheeks on the backside. Nice. Let's just say one of your hands is handcuffed to the bed. I don't know why. I don't know what you did to get there. Yeah. I don't know what you did. You got that sack full of liquid over here. I think that's an IV. Anyway, you got 3 grandchildren at your bedside. Yeah. They want to know what you know about this life right now. Man. They want to know things you know to be true at this stage of your life. What is it?
I already know, man. I already know. This sounds stupid. It sounds like a joke. But I always say this. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Wow. And I live... This sounds weird. I live my life by that. It's like, whether it's a business decision, whether it's a life decision, whether it's something stupid, it's like, if I'm going to make a stupid decision, if I'm going to play a stupid game, I'm going to win a stupid consequence or prize from that game. So, I would have to pass that down. Everyone always laughs when I say that, but
that's so good.
But wow, it's for real though. I mean, it's honest. It's like, if you're going to do something stupid, I mean, you better be ready for what's going to come. Yeah. And that's... Me and my wife joke that we would tell our kids about that one day, but in a different way, where it'd be more serious.
Yeah. I think that's a good one to hold on to.
Yeah, most people laugh at it, but So if you're gonna play a stupid game, you're gonna win a stupid prize. So I think that'd be the one thing I pass down to them.
Nice. Yeah. Love that. Bob.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on the internet?
Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna throw out Frisch and Sons. Frisch and Sons on Instagram. Gang. Yeah.
Frisch and Sons, baby. Yeah. Hey, you should follow them. They post really cool stuff. Are you the guy behind the posts?
I am.
Oh, Bobby. Right now. Yeah, Bobby posts really cool stuff.
Thanks, man.
You'll see some stuff getting, I don't know.
Some things getting
demolished.
Some new stuff being put in. No, it's cool. Yeah. So we're exclusive to Instagram. We tried everything else. This is what works best for us. So we're gonna stick on Instagram.
Love it. Bobby, thank you for being on the show, man.
Absolutely.
This has been awesome.
It's been so much fun.
I've loved every second of it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. My first podcast.
Dang, I'm sure you're gonna get recruited for days on end now.
Not even. I don't think so.
I think so.
Okay, bye.